Have you ever noticed that the exact same ounce of silver can feel expensive at $100 and dangerous at $60? It's the same ounce, the same weight, the same purity. Nothing about the silver has changed. So why do our feelings change about it? I think the answer to this explains why most people accidentally buy on the high and sell on the low. Good morning, it's today again. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph, and I store 20% of my income in the form of rare coins and precious metals. Before I get too far into the video, I want to say congratulations to Gold and Silver Bull Shark for being the first to comment on yesterday's video. Thank you so much for your support. Let's start with something we've all seen before, a basic chart. Nothing more than a line moving across the screen. At first, nobody notices it. Maybe silver will move up 2%, maybe another 3%, and then another 5%. The financial news starts to mention it, a few YouTubers make some videos about it, and suddenly your local coin shop starts to get a little bit busier. Your buddy at work even says, "Have you seen what silver's doing lately?" Suddenly it feels like everyone is talking about it. But here's something interesting. Silver didn't change at all. Only the conversation around silver changed. And conversations have an incredible ability to change how we feel. That's when something starts to happen inside our minds. We begin confusing this popularity with value. This is when most people will start to buy. I don't think most people buy because of the price. I think they buy because of the confidence. The more the market rises, the more people agree with buying. And the news agrees, the internet agrees, your friends agree, your emotions agree. Buying feels safe, not because the investment became safer, but because everyone around you is validating that decision. We are social creatures. That's how we're wired. Thousands of years ago, staying with a group often meant survival. Standing alone was dangerous, and that instinct still lives inside of us today. Only now, instead of following a tribe into the woods, we're following a crowd into financial markets. I have a theory. The market runs on confidence. When prices are rising, confidence is everywhere. You can almost feel it in the headlines. People will tell you, you can't lose, this time is different, just look at the chart. Confidence becomes incredibly cheap. And ironically, that's often when the investment becomes the most expensive. Then the correction comes. The chart starts pointing down. The headline disappears. People stop posting pictures of their stacks. The excitement leaves the room. Did silver change? No. The confidence changed. And when confidence disappears, most people mistake that feeling for danger. But have you ever noticed that if steaks go on sale, people will fill their freezers? If a television goes for sale, people camp outside stores overnight. If trucks are discounted, dealerships become busy. We love buying things on sale until it's an investment. When silver goes on sale, people suddenly become suspicious. What does everyone else know? Maybe it'll fall another 10%. I'll wait. But why? Why do we love the discounts until the thing being discounted is wealth? I think it's because a falling investment price doesn't just change the investment, it changes our confidence. Let's imagine two stackers. They both have the same income, they both have the same budget, let's just call it $2,000. They both want to build wealth. The first one waits until everyone agrees, and the second one waits until everyone is uncomfortable. The first stacker buys because excitement feels like a confirmation, and the second buys because the value matters more than the emotion. If you fast forward 10 years, who owns more ounces? Probably the person who learned to separate their feelings. People ask me all the time, what are you doing right now? And honestly, the answer is almost boring. I'm still storing 20% of my income. I'm still buying. I'm still looking for opportunities to convert dollars into silver and silver into gold when the ratios make sense. My plan didn't change because the chart changed, not because I'm ignorant to what is happening, but because I'm separating my emotions from my plan. Because if I let my emotions rewrite my plan, I never really had a plan in the first place. I think one of the greatest skills a stacker can develop is to learn to become uncomfortable, because the market has an interesting way of rewarding behavior that feels completely backwards. Buying after prices have already doubled feels exciting, and buying after a correction feels lonely. But history has a habit of rewarding that discipline more than excitement. That's difficult, and it's supposed to be. If it feels comfortable, everyone would be doing it, which is exactly how most people end up buying high and selling low. These coins didn't change during the length of this video. They don't know whether the chart is green or red. They don't know what the headlines say. It doesn't care whether the crowd is excited or afraid, and it definitely doesn't know what some YouTuber thinks about it. These are just 1 ounce of silver. The question isn't whether the coin has changed. The question is, did our thinking change? Because I truly believe that that's where wealth begins. Not when we learn how to predict the market, but when we stop letting the markets predict our behavior. If you enjoyed this discussion, I'd love to hear your thoughts. When prices fall, do you find yourself wanting to buy more or waiting for more certainty? Leave your comment down below. I read every single one that I can. If you liked today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Go down into the comment section to start a conversation or continue one. Share the video if you think someone else needs to hear this, and subscribe if you haven't already. To my long-term subscribers, thank you so much for your continual support, and make sure you visit my website at josephsreserves.com for my merchandise, coffee mugs, my zip-up bags, and the It's Today Again coffee. But most of all, thank you so much for watching, and just remember, every ounce adds up, so no matter how small, just keep stacking.